Hello YouTube, it is the time of year when everyone is coughing and sniffling and complaining about the weather in most places, and so I thought I would take a snowy morning and make one of two of the immune boosty things that I make for our family. One of them is elderberry, which I have a link to that video somewhere up here, and this is, I just call it citrus, basically citrus immune boost. I don't think it has a name, although you will find this online. If you're looking up this recipe, you will find it many places under various different names and multiple rather heated arguments about what it's called. So I'm going to get to that later in the video. We're going to talk about what this is and what it is not. And I will also try and answer all of the questions, because I love to jump in and check comments on videos that are about things that I'm doing, and I'm going to go ahead and try and be proactive and get ahead of the questions and answer everything I can think of that I've seen asked about this. What this is basically a 1-to-1 ratio, lemon and grapefruit, and I'm using 2 of each. The thing you want to do, we are only using the peel, so make sure you're looking for organic grapefruit and organic lemon. And that shouldn't be too hard to find. I think they're probably going to be available everywhere. Scrub them really well, because we are only using the peel and you don't want to be consuming any of the sprays that may have been added to these fruits. So we're going to get over to the cutting board, get these peeled, and you can peel them however you want. You just want to get the peel and as much of the pith, the white underlayer, you want as much of that as possible as well, but none of the fruit, and we aren't using the juice, and we'll talk about that later too. So peel them however you want, and then you can set aside the fruit. I'm going to use the lemon. I'm going to juice it and use it for adding to drinks, and the grapefruit we'll just eat because grapefruit's delicious. And then here is the peel from 2 grapefruits and 2 lemons, and we're going to just put it in a fairly deep pot. I want one of my pots that has a glass lid so I can watch this simmer, because it's going to sit on the stove for quite a while, and I'm going to just cover it. So pour enough water in to cover the peel and see what's down in there. That looks like about enough. So I'm going to put a lid on that and turn on the heat to sort of a medium high. And I don't want this to boil, so I'm going to just bring this up to a simmer, and I might, stir them around a little bit, but once I get it to a simmer, I'm going to just go ahead and put this lid back on nice and tight, and I'm going to turn the heat down and just simmer this over a low heat for 3 hours. And then the trick is, don't take this lid off during that time, unless it looks like you're needing to add more water, which you should not. We want to leave the lid on, because what you're wanting to do is trap all of those essential kind of oils that are going to steam up out of these wonderful peels. So you want to catch that within this lid, and it's going to steam up onto there, and then the hope is that it will go back down into that liquid, because what we're going to do at the end is strain the fruit out of this liquid and save the liquid is what we're after. So leave it here, get it to a simmer, turn it down to a low heat for 3 hours covered, and then leave this covered until this is cool. And this, when you're taking it, it does not taste amazing. If you've ever taken a bite out of an orange peel, you know that it's very bitter. So this is going to be like that on steroids. So you're going to be taking like a tablespoon of it at a time, maybe a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. I'll have to look it up. But I just take it like a shot. Ugh, but it's bitter, but it's not. It seems to help. We skated through all of the flu seasons that have existed in the last 20 years. When I've gotten sick with using elderberry and this and a few other things, which I will probably cover in future videos, basically I don't go down sick hard ever. I'll get 1 day of, whatever flu is going around, I'll get it for 1 day, and I don't care if I live or die for 1 day. And then the second day, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to die, but I don't feel good. And then after that, I'm on the mend. But when you're taking this stuff, the elderberry, some other things that we do around the house, it will also help to shorten the length of your illness if you can boost your immune system with just a few things that you can make in your own kitchen. And it can't hurt, right? So while that is simmering, I thought, why don't I just jump on here and tell you, I've looked this recipe up multiple times, and I've found lots of places where this has been done. And I'm always jump down into the comments and see what are people saying. So in order to head off maybe some of the questions that are going to happen, and to save everyone some time, I will answer what I can, and I will tell you things I don't know the answer to. This might just be a whole lot of I don't know. I'm not a doctor, not a scientist, I'm not anything medical. I'm just a mom who's been doing this for a long time. So I'll just run through the questions I know off the top of my head that I've seen. People ask, can you make this with orange or with pomelos or with tangerines, limes? I don't know. I just know I do it with lemon and grapefruit, and those are the two that I originally found, whatever recipe I'm using or wherever I found it in the beginning. Those are the two that I use. I don't know all the compounds and all the different citruses, so I don't know that. So if you're going to do this, just do lemon and grapefruit. You can try it with, orange is really good for you. We know that, so I don't know why orange wouldn't work, but I don't know that. Can use the fruit and the juice. Why can't you use all of it? Why can't you just smash down the fruit? I don't know. I know it's something about what's in the actual peel and the pith. It's something to do with the compounds and the antioxidants and the beneficial things that are in those peels. If you want to eat an orange or whatever, have an orange. But this is specifically to, we're basically making like an infusion where we're pulling whatever those essential oils and antioxidants and flavonoids and whatever else is in the peel. We're trying to do that here. So I'm not using the fruit, I'm not using the juice or the seeds or any of that. Probably could, I don't know. People probably have. And if you guys, discuss amongst yourselves. What else? Can you can it? Water bath can. I have seen people say that they do. I don't. I will just put this in a canning jar with a lid or a container with a lid and put it in the fridge, and I just leave it in the refrigerator until it smells like it's getting tangy. And then you dump it out. Like, I don't know. It's going to be fine in the fridge. I left mine in the fridge for quite a while, but I don't make a lot at a time. One time I made a mistake of making a half-gallon jar, and most of it got dumped out because we don't need that much of it. If you're coming into a flu season and you have a big family, you could make a bigger batch, but I just put it in the fridge. I have seen people freeze it in ice cube trays. Can you mix it with honey? I don't know. Yes, question mark. Organic honey, it's not gonna hurt you, but when I'm sick, especially when we have a sore throat or anything going on, organic honey's got a lot of medicinal properties in it, and our honey is wonderful, but I always lean towards erring on the side of no sugar, no sugar-ish things, even honey. But I'm super a fan of honey, so if you want to put honey with it, you could. Is this hydroxychloroquine? No, not that I know of, although it is called that, and I've seen people call it, what's the other one? Quinine? Again, I don't know. I don't think so. I think quinine comes from like the root of some tree or something. I don't know. That's not what this is. It's not quercetin. I think quercetin is from like, it's an extract of things like onions and whatnot. I don't know. Discuss amongst yourselves. But please, if I see, and I will say this, if I see people being weird in the comments about this topic, I'm going to just delete things, because this isn't supposed to be, we're not going to be arguing about this. Just try it if you want. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's citrus. It can't hurt, and it could help. So for us, it seems to for sure help. We always feel better when we take it. And if I know there's something that I can make that will help my family feel better, or not get sick as often, or not stay sick for as long, and I can make it on the stove here in the house, then I'm definitely going to do that. And I always have, and I always will. My mom always did. I grew up with a mother who was an herbalist to her toenails. She studied with Rosemary Gladstar in the 70s in California. So we never went to doctors, ever. So all the herbal things, all the home remedies, all the things. So I will probably, as we go along, I'll probably include a couple more videos of other things that I do that I've always done for us for flu season and for just, common cold stuff. This just like, this helps us. It's mostly just home remedies, So if you don't like home remedies, then there's other videos you can go watch. Bye. But if you like home remedies, definitely try this. It's not as gross as fire cider, I will tell you that. It's not yummy, but it's not that bad. Jump in the comments and let us know if you've tried all these things that I just answered, if you can answer any of these questions, or if you have tried these different methods, or anything you think would help this conversation. If it's beneficial, please leave it in the comments and help each other with, making things that help our families. And we're gonna let this continue to simmer for a little bit. I'll come back, strain it out, bottle it up, and we'll see how much we get. So this has been actually many hours later, and I've let as much of the moisture just drip down back off that lid as possible into the nice steeped pot of grapefruit and lemon peels. So the next thing we're going to do is just take this off the stovetop, strain the liquid off of these, and get the liquid into a jar and get rid of the peels, and we're done. So I have just a Pyrex dish to catch the liquid in here, and we're just going to pour this carefully through a strainer, and there's all the liquid we want to save. And look at how much we get. I'm going to say this was about 6 cups of water that we put over the 2, and there's those 2 left. And these sat to cool down for longer than I was hoping to, because I had some technical issues with my camera and my microphone. So I'm just going to go ahead and press these. And you know what? If you have an actual press, which I do, you could press these through it and actually get out every last possible molecule of this liquid that we're wanting to get out of these. But I just don't feel like doing that. It's put away basically up in an attic, and I don't feel like going up to find it. That's something I usually have out in the summer. So I'm going to just press those enough to get the liquid out of them, like that. And we got almost exactly 6 cups of liquid still here. So this is where your also canning pot funnel will come in handy. So it's going to make a quart plus a pint. So what I might do is just fill that quart jar with that. And then I have a little cap that I like to use instead of metal on this, and I'll just put that on there. And I do put a label on it that says a tablespoon 3 times a day. So more like a tablespoon than that, rather than 2 tablespoons. And then that is going in the refrigerator just like that. And what's left in this Pyrex, I think I'll probably try it and put it in the freezer and just put it in as little ice cubes as a 2 tablespoon, which is 2 doses. So you could defrost one and share it with, you know, whoever you're sharing it with. You both get one. So I'm going to do that. This left me almost exactly 2 cups of leftover in this bowl. So I'm going to put that in an ice cube tray, get it in the freezer. So I hope that helps you guys add to your repertoire of things that you have in your medicine cabinet, quote unquote, for your family during flu season and cold season in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.